Get a thesaurus to describe this man. The Lakers snapped a 7-game losing streak with a 4-point win over the Wizards last night. Kobe Bryant scored 12 of his season-high 31 points in the fourth of his final game in Washington. He left the Verizon Center floor to a thunderous applause from a sellout crowd. Here's Kobe after the game.
When I have my legs, I can go to that shot, and I feel very comfortable in that shot and stopping and pulling up. So, once I knew I had my legs, I felt pretty comfortable going to it.
Obviously, your confidence is very high, but given how your health has been and just the struggles of shooting, did you need a game like this to kind of show you that your body, you can still do this?
Nah, maybe writers like you, maybe. But for my personally, I just do my best, man. I just go out there and work.
Classic Kobe behind the mic, and we saw him clutch performance. How incredible, Skip, was Kobe's performance last night?
Unbelievably, to me, Kobe was almost as incredible as Steph Curry was. I opened yesterday's show by talking about how painful it was for me as a longtime Kobe fan to watch what appeared to me to be a broken-down Kobe in his last hurrah, last stop back in his hometown the night before in Philadelphia. 4 for 17 from 3, as we all know, 1 for his last 13. And it got so bad that Kobe said he didn't even have any shot at beating little 6'2" T.J. McConnell on a jump ball near the end of that game. And then I read a USA Today piece later asking the question, should Kobe be benched? And a Lakers insider being quoted in that piece is saying, no, at this point, we're still going to go with Kobe. I thought it was a legitimate question to ask. You and I talked about it yesterday. So, as I'm watching the Steph game, I'm watching the box score, the score of the Laker game. And it got deeper and deeper into the fourth quarter, and it's close. And I'm thinking, I said I can't watch this anymore, but if they're close with the Wizards, who had just won at Cleveland the night before, I thought, I got to do it again. I'm going to inflict this upon myself, and I flipped over with 4 minutes to go. I watched Kobe Bryant hit 2 late, great clutch shots. Kobe Bryant on his way to 31 points. As the Wizards lost to the team, Kobe and company's team, that had lost to the 0-18 Philadelphia 76ers the night before. And then I heard the comments right after the game from Kobe saying, I had my legs. And I'm thinking, Stephen A., you and I went back and forth. Where were his legs in Philadelphia? So you're telling me, wait a second, on a road back-to-back, Kobe didn't have his legs for the game he clearly wanted to put on a bigger show in, the one back in Philadelphia, but he did suddenly wake up and have his legs the next day in D.C.? You're kidding me.
Told you.
So, again, at 37, I guess you never know what your legs are going to feel like when you wake up after all those miles on your legs have driven you down with all the injuries on top of those. And so I'm just here to hope that Kobe has a watchable number of good days left in those legs the rest of this year. I hope we can have a few more of those from Kobe Bryant.
Well, like I told you, he told me in Philadelphia, he never knows when his legs are going to go. And that was the issue. Remember yesterday I kept saying it's not anything else but his legs. He has no legs. And that's really what it came down to. That's what he kept saying. He kept saying, Stephen A., I don't have any legs. Stephen A., I don't know when I'm going to have my legs. 2 minutes is there. 2 minutes later, it's gone. I'm sitting on the bench. I come back. I can't get warmed up. I got to figure it out. Got to try to work through it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to just give up on the season. I'm not going to give up on my troops like that. That's what I told you he kept saying to me on Tuesday night. And so, he was he wasn't delusional. He was self-deprecating, but he wasn't delusional. And so because of that, you could sort of forgive him, and you were hoping against hope that you would see moments like this. So I'm proud that he did what he did, because I'm going to repeat, in my perfect world, he would have renounced his retirement.
I know.
And just let it go. Because the Lakers ain't going anywhere, so you just putting, taxing your body. But again, this is the end, and he deserves it. He's earned it, et cetera, et cetera. And now the Lakers are 3-15. Congratulations. The reality is that they're not going to be very good, and we can't expect to see this very often. But if we see enough of these nights, then it will validate why he's still Kobe, why he's still in this league, and why he decided to wait until the end of the season.
Well, you just don't want him to see him get embarrassed, right?
Exactly.
And that wasn't embarrassing.
No, which is my point. This is the point that I ultimately wanted to get to, if you don't mind me touching a little, jumping a little bit off subject. No, he didn't embarrass himself. He embarrassed the Washington Wizards. I would like to look into the camera and say something. The Washington Wizards, you are a disappointment. 7-9 on the season with Bradley Beal and John Wall as your backcourt. I'm sorry, that is entirely unacceptable. Damn it, get it together. 2 of those shots that Kobe hit was right on Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is one of my favorite players.
Me too.
He's the team's leading scorer. Both he and John Wall are averaging 18 points a game. One shooting 44% and Beal, the other shooting 42%.
Yep.
They are entirely too talented.
Yep.
Being in the Eastern Conference for this team not to be better. Bradley Beal, bad night for him. 4 of 12 shooting, just 11 points against Kobe Bryant.
Well,
Come on
isn't
now.
it fair to say they did not take Kobe and company very seriously?
Well, listen, that's their problem. The Washington Wizards are in no position to be taking anybody for granted. What the hell have you accomplished? I'm saying this as fans of those guys. I want them to get their act together. I have no faith in Nene, all right? I like Morton Gortat. I understand they decided to go small. They're trying to change the system a little bit, shoot threes and what have you, Otto Porter and Jared Dudley and Chris Humphrey, whatever. This is about Bradley Beal and John Wall. These are 2 young stars in this league who have tremendous promise and, by the way, are better people than they are even basketball players. Yep. I root for them. But, my goodness, Kobe Bryant at age 37, fresh off his performance in Philadelphia on a back-to-back, talking about how he has no legs, comes in and looks 10 years younger against you. This should be a very, very difficult morning for Bradley Beal and John Wall. Washington Wizards, damn it, get it together. You're better than this.
You know who they miss?
Better than this.
They miss Paul Pierce. They miss the veteran leadership. They need somebody to slap them all alive before the game and say, wait a second.
That's right.
This won't be that easy.
Well, not just that. You need somebody like a Paul Pierce who would slap them upside their heads and say, excuse me, Kobe's coming into town.
That's correct.
He's still Kobe.
That's
and by the way, what have we accomplished? What, a second-round appearance in the postseason? That's all you got with this star-studded talent? Bradley Beal and John Wall can play. They're big time, and I'm calling them out of affection. I ain't hating on them. I got love for them brothers. Play better. Take it upon yourself. You're 7-9 in the Eastern Conference. The New York Knicks have a better record than you. Come on. Come on.
You know what they did do? One of those 7?
What?
They beat my Spurs at their place. They beat, so it showed you what
means
I know.
That's what you
could
can
do. You can do
Consistency, please. Thank you.
I agree.
So Kobe's first 30-point game in over 51 weeks, but this might be saying more about the Wizards' loss than
by the way,
Lakers'
it did take 26 shots to get to 31 points, which is a lot.
24. 24.
He's
10 for 20. They said it was 10 for 24.
24, okay, whatever. But remember, Steph scored 40 on 18 shots.
That's right.
That's just absurd. But go ahead.
Ridiculous.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Moving on, we switch gears to the NFL. We have a classic NFC North rivalry Thursday night football tonight. Packers-Lions. Will the Pack get redemption? We'll tell you when we come back. Stay here.